Hello and welcome to this analysis that is about the Pakistan and South Africa. The second test that was played in the Rawalpindi, and Pakistan faced a humiliating defeat by the hands of South Africa. And the second test equalized the series by the South African with such an amazing victory that was terrific because they were playing in Pakistan. Pakistan has their own tariff, they had their own conditions, they had their own crowd, they got all the support, they understand the pitches ultimately. Pakistan basically performed very well in the first 2 days literally. It was in the second day when South Africa basically went down all the way 157 for 7, and then there were last two partnerships, the eighth and the ninth basically. Rabada played an absolute critical recovery role for South Africa, and then Rama Murthy, he's also one of the very wonderful batsmen who basically a sheet anchor role basically. He stood up there, took his time, ultimately played a big innings for South Africa. He was involved in some of the very major part two partnerships, and that ultimately made not only a recovery for South Africa, but they took a very decisive lead. And when they took this decisive lead ultimately, and that was basically a turning point of the game where the match went away from the reach of Pakistan ultimately. And then what Pakistan would have done is that they would have consolidated their batting because they've got all the way 5 6 good batters and some of the very renowned internationally accredited batters like Babar Azam and Rizwan. Sean Masood also one of the very he has played a lot of tests now and he should have contributed a better way. But Pakistan all the way collapsed. This has now become a consistent standard of Pakistan. That whenever they are getting at a point where they are looking like they will take away this game from the opposition, there's a the trajectory ultimately goes down, and there is such a collapse. And this has not only happened in this test, but it happened back in the Asia Cup final when Pakistan almost took away the game from the India, and then all of a sudden there was such a collapse that eight batters they lost within the span of 30 or 35 runs. That was something very very unpredictable. And now this kind of very poor kind of collapses have become the kind of consistent and a constant stories for the Pakistan, which has really put the team on the back ultimately, losing their morale, losing their spirits ultimately. And the players are not able to get at the peak times, deliver at the peak time. Babar Azam was a kind of a player who was expecting because he settled very well. He was at 49. He could have really taken this inning into converting the big innings. But ultimately, also Rizwan was something Pakistan would have expected to score the runs